Hello, my mathematical geniuses. Welcome to lesson 2 on our proportional reasoning unit, our last unit if you are my kids at school. I know it's very exciting to be almost at the end of a course. As I said in the last video, this unit is hopefully going to feel pretty easy to you, which means as long as you keep doing the work, as long as you keep doing the practice, it'll be a nice way to end and hopefully a little bit of a mark booster for some of you, okay? All right, so today is really no different than yesterday. We're just going to kind of throw some contextual items at you, which just means we're going to do some word problems, okay? So try a couple together and then I'll let you work on your own. So Martin is shopping for a new pair of wireless headphones. The one he wants is on sale for $119.95 at Giant Electronics, located in his hometown of Chestermere, Alberta. I'm just going to hide myself for a sec so you can see the question at home if you don't have the book. He has found the same headphones for $105.99 US on the internet. Today's exchange rate is $1 equals 1.08 Canadian. Now, determine which store has the lowest price. So what I have to do is I have to take that American price and convert it to Canadian funds. I know 1 US is 1.08. So just like we did with currency conversion yesterday, that's going to be my starting fraction. Then I set it equal to the 105.99 US that I know it's going to cost. And I can cross multiply to figure out the matching piece of this fraction because I have equivalent fractions. I can find the matching piece, which is going to tell me the Canadian price of that 105.99 American. Okay, so just like we did yesterday, we will go 105.99 times the 1.08 and then divide by 1. And that's going to give us 114.47 Canadian. Okay, so that American price with this exchange rate is 114.47 Canadian. So determine which store has the lower price. The US store is the cheaper price. Okay, now, what factors beside the list price should Martin consider before he makes the purchase? Well, there is a few things to consider. Because you're shipping it, there might be shipping costs. Because you're shipping it from another country, it could actually end up having duty charges. Okay, so most things have to clear customs before they will actually get to you. And sometimes you'll be charged extra money at the customs place called duty. So that's something to think about as well. Okay, there'll be a time to ship it. He could have just walked into his store and bought it. He may have to wait a couple weeks to get it if he's going to go the shipping route. So those are all just things to consider. Doesn't mean one is better than the other. It's just things that you want to make sure you're informed about so you're making informed decisions. Okay. Okay. An airplane travels 300 miles in 36 minutes. At this rate, I'm going to hide myself for a sec. At this rate, how far will it travel in 2 hours? Super simple proportion to set up. What you have to think through, though, and this is super important, I just want to get my ink on for you here. You have to realize that this says 36 minutes and you were asked for 2 hours. You can't set up proportions when the units are different, okay? So I'm going to call my 2 hours 120 minutes, okay? There's 60 minutes in an hour, so there'd be 120 minutes in 2 hours. That's the one trick to this question. So I've got 300 miles in 36 minutes. That's my first fraction to set my proportion up with, and then x over 120 for my second. So now I'm going to go 120 times 300 and then divide by 36. That's how we would cross multiply to get the x by itself, and we get 1,000. Okay, so the plane can travel 1,000 miles in 2 hours. 1,000 miles in 2 hours. All right. I'm going to hide myself for this one as well. Sam bought a used fishing boat in the United States and brought it back to Canada. According to the literature that came with the boat, the gas tank holds 25 gallons. The marina where Sam docks his boat sells gas for $1.08 a liter. Determine the cost to fill the gas tank at this marina if 1 US gallon is 3.785 liters. So the first thing I need to do is use this 1 US gallon is 3.785 liters to figure out how many liters that 25-gallon tank is. Okay, so 1 US gallon over 3.785 liters. I have 25 gallons. So remember, as we talked about yesterday, if gallons was on top on the first one, gallons has to be on top on the second one. Okay, so the 25 goes on top and the X goes on the bottom. I'm trying to figure out how many liters I have. So now I'll go 25 times 3.785 divided by 1. And I see that it holds 94.625 liters. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is times that by $1.08 a liter. My concluding sentence came up a little too quick there. I'm going to take that 94.625 liters. Every liter costs me $1.08. Okay, so when I multiply 94.625 times that 1.08, I end up with $102.20. So it'll cost them $102.20 to fill the tank up. Okay, that's all we're doing today. You got this. Okay, so here's your homework for today. If you're my kids at school, make sure you get this done and make sure you're asking me lots of questions. And we will see you tomorrow for the next lesson. You guys got this. Take care.